Look at that. Amazing. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the Thermaltake TH240 V2 Ultra ARGB Sync CPU cooler. Thermaltake did send me this sample, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. Here's a look at the retail box and packaging. Everything looks great. They walk you through some of the key tech specs and features on the backside, like your socket support and some of those feature highlights here. But you will notice we have a really cool LCD display on this cooler. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and see what's inside. Here are all the contents. First up, we have a product literature consisting of warranty information as well as software setup and controls, as well as how to install the cooler for both Intel and AMD installations. So I'll show you that from both sides here. There's your Intel install guide, and you'll see part of the AMD guide. And then we have the LCD setup and the motherboard sync install guide there too. All of that just on a one-pager, really handy. They really consolidated that for us. Next, you'll see all the parts and components, different brackets depending on Intel, AMD, and which socket type. You'll see a couple different cables here too that we're gonna have to use. We got included thermal paste. You'll see the two included fans. They're identical to each other. There's the tech specs on the back for them. DC 12 volt, 0.3 amp, and the product information if you're interested in checking those out. See it from the front, Thermaltake on the side, their branding. We also have the directional arrows. I still like seeing those on fans, that's great. Sometimes they don't have those. And then lastly, we have the whole AIO itself right here with our radiator, our hoses, nice black finish. You'll see that display up close here. We got our micro USB port. Look at the copper on the bottom. Fairly tall. Again, because they have to fit that screen on there too. Now let's go ahead, let's get everything set up and installed. All right, we got our PC built, everything's powered on and it's working great. Take a look at that. So cool to see that display in there. Let's look at everything up close. All right, we're entering into the build. Look at that. If you're wondering what CPU we're using under there, it's the AMD 7700X. You can see how we installed it in those RGB fans illuminated here with the rainbow effect going. Matches our Thermaltake fans on the front. Those ones are 140s. They play really nicely together. Look at that display. 26, 25 degrees Celsius liquid. Seeing our temps right there. Thermaltake's logo and branding. There's our USB, how we have it connected up there at the top, and then it routes down through the backside and comes out right there and connects to the header on our motherboard. And then, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, the fans are connected right in there. So we have our fans up at the top. One's to the right at the corner, that's the RGB for everything. And then the fans are there. In both the pump and the CPU fan 1 slots. But yeah, not too difficult to install anything like that, especially AMD. Just had to add the bracket on and then tighten it down. Looks pretty cool though. Loudest thing is just going to be hearing the fans moving. Haven't heard the pump or any water, liquid, or anything like that yet. Looks really good. Tall in there, but no issues. Very plug and play. All right, now let's get right to it. Let's see how this cooler performs. First things first, all the panels are on and in place, and the PC is just at an idle, so we can monitor both the CPU and GPU temps here. We're showing that the CPU is right around that 40 degrees Celsius standpoint, and you'll see our GPU is right at around that 30 degree Celsius at an idle. Now let's go ahead, let's max everything out and see how warm they get. So it took us about 5 minutes to get everything maxed out. Our CPU and GPU are both being 100% utilized. The AMD CPU by default is engineered to go up to 95 degrees Celsius and stay there. So that's normal here if you're gonna stress your CPU out. it will cap itself at that 95 degrees Celsius. So while we have it running at that, you'll still see we're getting 4.7 gigahertz basically for our CPU speeds, which is fantastic because that's still above the base clock of 4.5. And again, we're throttling this thing at 100%, right? So we're maxing that CPU out. And in regards to our GPU, we're hovering right around that 72 degrees Celsius mark at a full load. So we got some nice warm air exhausting out this case, as you would expect. But so far, so good. Now it's time to talk about the Thermaltake software you can download for Windows 10 and 11 PCs to control the interface and the screen on your cooler. It's the Thermaltake RGB Plus software. So once you have it downloaded, this is the screen you're going to be at, where we can see our connected devices. Don't worry, you might see a screen like this pop up. That's what we had initially. We just don't have any controllers connected. That's not a big deal. So just browse over here, right? So we're gonna go to lighting. You'll see all of our connected lighting products. In this case, it's just the Ultra 2.1 LCD. Here's what it currently looks like in real time. We have our display options here. So this is gonna be key. Pick and choose what you want. So currently we have CPU temp. We could do the frequency. You can adjust the background, the color, the brightness. You can use the sliders, enter RGB values and percentages, and then you hit apply. So now we have our frequency up. There's a lot of different options. You can monitor GPU. Here's RAM size. Let's see what that one looks like. Oh, that's cool. So you can get a lot of real-time displays. Here's carousel. This one's neat. So you could have multiple cycling through. Let's do our liquid temps. Hit apply, and then you'll see GPU's up. And we'll go look at it now, showing our load, and then the RAM. Frequency. So it's pretty quick. Couple of seconds here. See the specs right there. Love that. You may have missed it, maybe you didn't, but at the very, very top here, we have an upload file option. It'll take you to this screen. We have some adjustments here, and you can upload your own file. They have a couple by default here, so we could pick and choose one of these if we wanted. Got the guy riding the rocket ship. That's pretty cool. And then again, upload your own, make sure to turn those specs, or pick and choose one of their default ones, then hit apply, and there we go. We now have changed and customized the screen again. We'll go through all of those. They're pretty cool. So we got the wow. Looks like we have some sort of anime girl. So we can hit that one, apply. There it is. Our yellow submarine. Pretty cool. We got to do our, looks like snowflakes. Very festive. And then, I mean, how can you not have the dog running? I mean, look at that. Amazing. So you get the idea. You can make your own if you want, upload your own, edit them down, and you can have a lot of fun customizing your cooler with the built-in display. So now let me share with you my final thoughts. I really have enjoyed using this cooler. It works great, and right out of the box, they give you everything you need to be successful. Super simple installation, whether it's Intel or AMD, but I'd argue there's a few less steps if you're going the AMD route. I'm really always have liked how easy it is to mount their coolers. And with this particular cooler, I mean, the focal point is going to be that display. So if your PC is in a spot that you're going to kind of use it as a showpiece or to utilize it, you'll enjoy having that display because you can easily see important system metrics without taking up precious screen space on any of your monitors or windows or things like that. So it's really nice to have that right there. It also just looks cool if you want to put maybe your favorite little video clip or GIF in there. You could also put maybe your logo or branding, but I like having all the key metrics kind of just cycle through with the carousel setting. But up to you, you can get really creative, but they didn't skimp on that display. It is very bright and everything looks great on it. So I'm really pleased with it overall. It's one of the better looking displays that I've seen. Really happy with the performance. If you want to know how loud it is, I haven't heard the pump or anything like that. The only noise you'll hear is just the fans. But in that case, even it's not even the fans up there. I can hear the 140 fans over any of the fans running on our system. So again, that'll just vary depending on what else is configured in your build, but it's not going to be any louder than your typical AIO. So just keep that in mind. If you're nervous about the noise, there's nothing to worry about. But the key is that display. If you can utilize it and take advantage of it, you'll really enjoy it.